Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Cmdr Embryo, and I'm continuing my soft reset series where I've bankrupted myself and I'm starting back with 0 bank balance and building up from the sidewinder. So as you can see, we're still in our Cobra that I purchased in the last episode, and today we're going to try and search for some mission objectives on a planet's surface. I've had a couple of requests from newer commanders that are trying to, that have started their games on planet surfaces and are having real difficulty or trouble searching out the specific items that the mission objectives request. So let's just take a look. I did just have a look in here a second ago, and hopefully these missions are still available. Okay, so we've got these 3 here. I think we'll take all 3 of these. So we've got a salvage with purpose. We're after 1 ton of landmines. A planetary search and rescue. Now this is a good earner, 91,000 to find 1 occupied escape pod, and a second salvage with purpose where we're after 1 ton of structural regulators. We'll accept each of these. See, each of these missions are on the planet we're on. You'll be able to tell if it isn't because it will say a particular destination if you need to go somewhere else. And a good thing with these missions is that there's no rank requirement for to do the mission. So you should be able to pick these missions up and give them a go right from the get-go, and it'll give you a bit of a relatively risk-free cash. Okay, so all we need to do is just launch. Okay, so with this, what you want to get done with this is sort of go up to around, see that 2 kilometer mark on your altimeter there. There you go. Level out. All pips to engines, and just stay around sort of between 3.5 to 2 kilometers, and you'll see points of interest circles appear on the scanner radar. And we want to head out about 20 odd K probably. Here you go. So you can see here's one that's popped in. Looks like there's a couple that's overlapping. What we'll do is we'll just point straight down. Don't hammer yourself into the ground. And what we want to have a look around and see if there's any bright spots or obvious outposts. It doesn't look like that's the case. So what we'll do is we'll just... Oh, and we're not far at all from the spaceport. Just find a nice spot to land. Because these, as it currently stands, before 2.1 drops, these missions will procedurally generate, and you'll find... Oh, that's it. So they'll populate eventually. The only issue you've got sometimes is you'll run out of time. But all of these missions are 1 hour plus that I've just taken, so we should be okay. Alright, so first protocol is I'm going to send away the ship. Okay, because the ship will give you false readings on your scanner. So let's just boost off in one direction. Doesn't really matter to start with. You can have a look around. Obviously, that thing there, everything we're seeing on the scanner there is the spaceport, so don't worry about that. We'll just head in this direction. And what we're looking for is a blip at the top of the scanner. You want blips, you want bands at the top. Anything at the bottom is like a natural resource. So sort of first third to halfway up, if there's little blips or bands across there, they're naturally occurring things like meteorites, outcrops, the bronzite chondrite. There's various online resources. Just Google the scanner, and some very enterprising commanders have put various JPEGs and pictures up to show the differences. But what we're going to head off to is, see there, we're starting to get some bands appear in the surface, like directly in front there. You can see there's a fairly wide band going across that's blipping at the upper range of the scanner. We're going to head towards there, because each of the items we're after is a man-made item. We've got a nice view of the planet there on the left, sorry, on the right, over the brow of the hill. We'll just take a look at that while we're... It's hidden behind the horizon now. Once we crest this brow, we should see it. There you go. Pretty nice view. Okay, so we're back on target now. We'll, if you're anything like me, online, not online, on planet, excursions are just constant distraction. So this looks good so far. We get a nice wide band in the upper range. So it looks like we've got possibly even a couple of them, or all three, that are going to show up. So we'll just head towards this. Now there are differences in the audio cues that you're going to get as well. That's just something that you'll get with experience. It's difficult to sort of verbally describe them. They all sound like little blips, but they've got differences in their pitch and frequency. Let's just keep this band visible. Put a couple more, yeah, put another pip into engines. Now, a little tip: if you, as you're driving along, if you do happen to find some natural resources on your way, then pick them up. They'll all help. Any synthesis items are really useful, especially things in for your SRV. It looks like we've got something in the distance here. This is good. See that bright item directly in the, well, it's just over the brow. This little. Okay, so we've got a couple of skimmers. We'll take it nice and slow. There's a little exclusion zone. So as long as we don't hit the exclusion zone, which is the red portion on your map. A couple of sentries. Just see. Okay, so a handful of sentries. So this may not be what we're after, however, let's just take a look. We stay out of the zone. Let's just boost through it. They're gonna get funny with us. That's not what we're after. They're going to start shooting in a sec, so I'm going to put some pips to systems. Right. So that wasn't our target. We'll keep a lookout for any other blips on the upper portion. Cmdr Castle, that's heading back to our port. So I want to keep that blip off the scanner. We'll head in this direction. basically, if you head in one direction, it'll procedurally generate the point of interest as it currently stands. Those of you that have got, well, we've all got horizons if you're actually doing this planetary stuff, but you may or may not be aware that these sort of things, these sort of missions will be changing somewhat with the arrival of the engineers update 2.1, and you'll be able to scan using your discovery scanners the location of your mission objective. Okay, so I'm heading off I've chosen this new direction. There's something of interest close by, but you can hear that deep sound on the scanner. We'll go and check that out first. This is almost always what happens to me. I get distracted and check these other things out. So this can give us some nice. There you go. It's got some nice bits there. We've got some molybdenum and some manganese. So, as I say, if you get the chance, pick these bits up as you go past them. All helpful for your synthesis materials. We'll keep looking. What we might do is grab the ship in a moment. Go further afield. And we're getting some more bands across the upper range of the scanner now. This general direction. Back on target that way, yeah. Alright, so I'm going to head towards that band there. There's definitely something man-made again. Right, so the band is getting thinner, so we know we're getting... A quick jump over that rock. We know we're getting closer to it. Nice little spin. Right, here we go. So, right, we've got ourselves another sentry. Let's just see if we can target. Right, so that's the landmines we're after. There you go. So we'll get rid of the sentry. Now, as it currently stands, the sentries aren't particularly difficult in this this build, but I do believe that they are going to get a little bit tougher in the next update. Okay, so we can carry 2 tons of items. So what we'll do is we'll carry on going. Oh. That's it. So we'll keep going, and we'll see if we can find our next. There you go. So we've got another. See this? There's another band appearing at the top of our range here, just slightly blipping. So let's head towards that direction. So we'll keep that fixed in our view. I like to use as much boost as possible. Go sort of, it's easier to fly. Oh, gotta remember to put pips to engines to do that. But, try and fly as much as you possibly can. Just sort of, just pump your thrusters. Okay, so we're coming in and closer again to our next man-made object. Hopefully, it's definitely a small object. It's not particularly large. So let's... Got ourselves another sentry that's protecting something. Let's take him. Not sure if it is our target, but we'll take him out. I haven't... There you go, I'm not bothering with the turret, I'll just do that. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. Structural regulators, perfect. Brilliant. So there we go, that's our 2 of our 3 bits and bobs. So what we'll do is we'll keep going, looking for our 3rd item. We're looking for the escape pod now. So again, same sort of deal. We'll just keep going in one direction. Let's go towards that galactic plane in the distance. And we'll see. We'll keep an eye out for any more blips. See, the bands on the scanner at the moment are low. They're just going to be naturally occurring resources. Hit that rock there. Okay, so I'm going to just turn slightly and see if anything else pops up on the scanner. Just gonna turn a bit, see if anything. No, nothing pops up just yet. We'll keep going. Let's go for a nice flight. Okay, right, so I've just cut back. I went about 5 minutes going in a straight direction. I found this rather hilly area, and you'll see that the blips at the top of the scanner have started reappearing. So I'm hoping that this is going to be our escape pod. We'll just keep that whole band in the centre there. And it will narrow as we get closer. We've obviously got some way to go. We're in an elevated position here and we still can't see anything on the terrain. So just turn to our left slightly. Right, so we're homing in on it now. The band is getting less broken and more refined. So we're definitely heading towards the right direction. Just whether or not it's actually the item we're after. It should be. Should be wary of my hull at the moment. It's pretty low. Okay, so what we got here then? It's probably a nav beacon by the looks of it. So it's not what we're after. However, we can give it a scan. Some extra money. Check the contacts. No, it's just the data point. We'll take a look. We've got something else. There's something else in the distance here, so let's head over this way. Looks like we're pretty far away from it, but we'll give it a bit of a hammer on with the old speed. I'll cut back when I get a bit closer. Right, so I'm just going to have a quick repair. Just going to do standard. See, repairs just use iron and nickel. They're very, very easy to find. It's definitely worth picking up a good handful of those to, you know, get you out of trouble. Right, so we're picking up another man-made blip. So you can see those, they're dotting across the top of the scanner there. So as it currently stands, there is a bit of sort of needle in haystack, but if you can read the scanner, then you can narrow your search down. Obviously, I took a number of missions, so that it sort of generated those other two first. But we shall see. I'm quietly hopeful that this will be it now. Just want to check to see. There you go. That's our escape pod. Fantastic. I wanted to check before I shot the sentry. Wonderful. Okay. Trouble is, we've got 2 tons in our SRV now. So what we're going to do, we're going to call our ship. That's fine. Obviously, we're gaining bounties, but it shouldn't be an issue. So we're going to call our ship, drop off the 2 tons that we've got currently in our SRV, pick up the escape pod and do exactly the same. Hopefully the ship won't. Oh, it's coming in over here. Let's go and dock with our ship. Why it doesn't land a bit closer, I'm not sure about that, but so we're going to go, if we can fit. Yeah, that's good. Transfer the cargo. Brilliant. Okay, so we got that, and we'll head on back to the blip. It was over here, wasn't it? There we go. It's not too bad when it's flat, but it's an absolute nightmare sometimes. You can lose things over dunes and very, very easily. Should just be over here. There we go. The distance. We could have flown the ship over, but I've found that sometimes is an absolute nightmare to find where you've been. We'll go back. So, to give you a time scale, obviously I've been cutting and editing and stuff. The total recording time is 34 minutes up until this point. So, it's not, you know, if you've been having trouble in the past, then using this technique, as I said, as it currently stands, before the end of the week's up and we get the new update, you'll be able to find your objectives fairly simply and quickly. All right, so yeah, so we'll transfer the escape pod. Well, we don't need to. We can just board the ship. Right, okay, so we're going to head back to, was it Kendrick Landing, or whatever it was called? Kendrick Arsenal. Got that as our destination. It's only 28 kilometres. Just check that we've still got our... Yep, so an hour and 50. Got 1 out of 1, 1 out of 1, and 1 out of 1. Let's go. Now we're close enough not to bother going up into orbital cruise for this, but you could do everything that I've just done by flying away a little bit further. Sometimes it's handy if you've got a nice flat area, if you know there's a real super flat area of your planet. Often easier to find bits and bobs rather than in some of the areas that I was just in. As I say, you know, from start to finish, about half an hour, and managed to find all 3 of the items that I was after. We'll be able to request in a moment, probably one more little boost. Here we go.
Docking request granted.
Obviously, you remember that we are wanted here, so we don't really want to faff about too much.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Enter the hangar just to be on the safe side. Going to Starport Services and hand in those missions. There you go, so 58,000. 91. So not bad at all, about 170,000-ish. See, we've got another one of our favourite cut the power missions here. It's at a different place. But that'll be I might take that off camera because that's going to be a good little earner. That'll push us up to 1 million credits plus 1 million in the ship that we've got. So I think we'll leave it there today. I hope that's helpful to you. As I say, it's just the main things to remember are the bands at the top of the scanner are man-made. Bands towards the bottom are natural occurring resources. They're both useful. You won't always find what you're after immediately, but it's procedurally generated to just head in a direction like I did, you know, on the video, and a blip will appear. If you get the chance to be close to any of the naturally occurring resources on the way through, grab them. They'll be handy. As you saw, I had to repair my SRV after 1 or 2 more bumps than I should have done. But nickel and iron will give you standard repairs, and they're abundant pretty much everywhere. So pick up a good handful of those, and that will keep you going. Look up what the ones for the fuel are. I can't remember, but SRV fuel is quite handy as well. But probably my sort of biggest advice for using the SRV would be just go out in the SRV and explore. Don't take a mission. Don't give yourself that pressure. Go out and explore. See what the different bands mean for yourself, and the different audio cues. You can Google it. As I say, there's plenty of information on the subject, and you can narrow your search down fairly quickly and simply. Alright, but thanks for watching. I hope you found it useful, and I hope you get some more luck in your planetary excursions. Alright, so you take care, fly safe. If you can't do that, fly dangerous. See you soon, guys. Bye.